Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Elizabeth Omotosho, and I'd like to share with you on what I titled Decongesting Your Love Space. And you might be wondering, what does it mean to decongest one's love space? Everybody deserves to be loved and to show love. And at some point it might get so congested that um, there's a need for you to, cut down on the number of people who loves you, that loves you, or probably show too much concern for you. And in the long run, you might find out that you are already crushing on a number of people. But you need your heart to be fixated on just one person who truly cares and shows you concern. So decongesting your love space is a metaphorical concept, not necessarily a physical action. And it means that you need to evaluate, release, and declutter any emotional or toxic relationships around you, because it is very important. We have so many people in an assumption, assuming that they are in a relationship with someone, of which is not the case. You get it? It's not the case because of how they show concern, show some care, and all of that. So you need to take time to reflect and prioritize yourself and to nurture the kind of relationships that truly profit you. You get the point now. Now let's go. There are various tips that might be needed to decongest your love space, part of which includes identifying the relationships that weigh you down, the ones that are not adding any value whatsoever to you, the ones that are just like a form of an emotional baggage. You need to let go of negative emotions, practice forgiveness, and release any form of resentment. You need to reevaluate current relationships. And how do you do that? You need to set boundaries. Look into it. Of what value are they adding to you? What value? And you, what value are you adding to such relationships as well? They matter. And you need to focus on self-love, prioritize self-care, and nurture your mental well-being, because it's very important. At the end of the day, you will be the only one. Let me paint this scenario. There's this teenage crush that happens to most people, and maybe on your way to take a walk, you just saw this guy, talking from the perspective of a female now. You saw this guy and you just liked him. He has fine beds, good looking, and is actually your crush. And you looked, oh, this guy is so good looking. And just as you were about to say hi, you just saw that he was having a conversation, and he just gave a very horrible accent. What happens? That looks like a total turn off to you. So what do? You get disappointed. And that is the reason why you need to look for what actually matters to you when it comes to having relationships. Now, setting boundaries is a major thing when it comes to decongesting your love space. You need to set boundaries. You need to be able to know the things that truly get to you. You need to be able to know that thing that truly gets to you. Now let's go. You need to identify your weakness in terms of what makes you lose guard. Now there's this idea of love languages. We have words of affirmation, gifts. What other one do we have? Words of affirmation. We have gifts. We have a number of them, and these are the things that people take pride in. They say things like, somebody doesn't appeal to me, especially in the kind of way they choose to love you. Let's say, for instance, words of affirmation. Somebody comes to you and tell you, oh, you look so good. Say, thank you. Not because you don't appreciate what they just did, but of course, they just stated the obvious. You know you look so good. But another person will give something like, oh, because it truly matters to them. For such a person, words of affirmation matter. You understand the point? Now, do not give the key of your love language to just anybody. When you do that, what you just did is giving somebody access to lock and unlock you. I don't know if I just communicated something. You just give somebody access to lock and unlock you. Now you meet someone, you are telling the person, oh, me, I like gifts a lot. And the person keep buying you gifts. Your boundaries are just on the loose. Because the boundaries you set In terms of when somebody comes to your room, they cannot sit on your bed, they sit on the chair. Now, somebody who just bought you gifts, I just unlocked you a bit. They can now sit on your bed. They can now make moves that you no longer appreciate. Do you get the idea now? It is very important that you set your boundaries and give the keys to your love language to somebody who genuinely care and nurture you. Okay, so let's go. Setting boundaries is important when it comes to decongesting your love space. You need to be able to set boundaries and define your communication. Communicate your emotional, physical, and mental limits to others. And as much as you do this, respect another person's boundaries too. And what are you expected to do to respect another person's boundary? Identify your limits. Be clear and direct, not insulting. They are two different things. You can be clear, direct, without insulting. Practice assertiveness. For people who do not value people touching them, the moment somebody touches you, just tell them, I don't appreciate this. I'm not the kind of one you will say, and you start keeping malice. You just asserted something that matters to you. Follow up with whatever relationship you have along the line. Set boundaries proactively. Be consistent. Enforce your boundaries consistently, even when it is challenging. As much as you do this, respect the boundaries others set as well. Don't use words like, I thought we are friends. No, you might be friends, but respect their boundaries. It is very, very important. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you. I appreciate your time.